Hello YouTube, I'm Pete the Tattoo Gardener, and today we're going to be talking about staff and is it really worth it? No. No is the honest answer. Now, when you start a garden maintenance business, why do you start that company? I'll tell you why. It's because you've been like me and others in the past, and you've probably had jobs that you weren't happy with. You know, it might be Tesco's, Sainsbury's, it might be a warehouse job. Whatever it is, it'll be a Monday to Friday job, 9 to 5. These are your wages. And they get to a point in every man's life where they just want to better themselves. They just think, nah, this isn't right. I need to be earning a bit more than this to support my family. So they set up their own garden business or their own whatever business it is. You go self-employed, you set up your own thing and you work for yourself. You take a bit of pride in your life and you think, yes, I'm going to make a name for myself. Anyway, as you start your business and you start to grow, you get to a point where you think, oh, I might need an extra pair of hands here. So you've got two choices at that point. You either carry on as you are and you just get through the work, or you take on somebody. And I made a mistake of taking somebody on. So over the years, I've had youngsters and they're nice guys, but they just don't really work out. The best one I had was actually Andy. He was a great guy. He had 2 years out because he broke his neck playing rugby, came back to work, was doing really, really well. As soon as he felt well enough to go and play rugby again, he went and shattered his leg. First game back, boom, smashed his leg, out of action, couldn't work with me anymore. So I was forced into a position where I had to try and get somebody in because I had too much on my plate and I didn't really want to let the work go because I'd worked quite hard to sort of build it up, you know. And I got to that point where there was too much on my own and I didn't want to let it go because I'd worked hard to build it up. So I had to find somebody else, and I had a couple of other guys come in. There was Justin and Alfie, but again, they just didn't really work out. Lovely guys, can't say a bad word about them, and I hope they're both doing really, really well if they see this. I just didn't feel they were going to be the right people for the job. Then we came on to the recent guy. It started off great. It started off really, really well. Enthusiastic, turned up, blah, 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 blah. Something happened on Monday, and it just got me thinking, like, I wonder if this had been going on longer than I thought. I'd never seen it. There were alarm bells ringing. People kept saying, you got to watch out, you got to watch out. But I wasn't sure, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he turned up still. But I noticed a real dip in performance on Monday. Monday was a really, really crap day. There seemed to be some real tension in the air that, you know, got in the van, not a word was said. Like the whole day, hardly a word was said. It was really, really crap, really uncomfortable. A couple of my customers picked up on a few things that rung alarm bells for me. So I got to my first job, I got out the van, I was chatting to my customer at the back of the van, and he said, oh, are you on your own today? And I said, oh no, I've got somebody in there, they're just in the cab. Anyway, the customer went back into his property, I was stood by the back of the van, I was getting something out, and I heard the chap in the cab, and he was basically slagging me off down the phone to his partner. I could hear him saying, we've had 30 hours this week, we've only got this. And I thought, what an ungrateful little prat. I mean, it's winter, we've got reduced daylight hours. You know, since he had come on board, we had actually taken on a couple of new jobs as well, so a couple more, not as many more as I was wanting, but you know, I took on what I could. I have still been advertising to fill gaps. As the day went on, it just got better. I heard him on the phone saying, oh, I'm having a 5-minute fag break before I start, I don't need this all day. And then even sat next to me driving to one of the jobs, I heard him on the phone saying, I can do those 2 jobs on Wednesday, 90 quid, easy, 90 quid. So you're talking about doing other jobs when you should be working with me. Oh, I might be back in time for the school run, but you should be working with me Wednesday. So you're making other plans. Right, fine. Sitting in the van having a fag before we start, slagging me off down the phone, bitching about hours and bitching about money. Oh, this is the worst one. Going through my diary, that's private and confidential. There's customers' information in there. There's things in there that an employee shouldn't be seeing. And out of all the staff I've had, not one of them went through my diary. This guy now has got the right arsehole because I got rid of him. Oh, and today topped it as well. He turned up at the commercial property and was starting to get a bit arsey and try and kick off. The place is full of cameras. The owners are in, they've seen it, they've looked over the footage and they've said if he comes back onto the property again, They will call the police, he'll be done for trespassing, he will be arrested, he'll then get a criminal record, then no bugger will ever employ him. As well as that, I've rang all of my customers today and they've all said exactly the same. If he turns up on their property or anywhere near their house, they're calling the police, and that again, they will have him arrested, have him done for trespassing. So anyone with common sense just would get over it, get on with their life and go and find a job. Turning up at someone's workplace of work or turning up at someone's house looking for someone. Oh, honestly, some people are just dumb. And you can't fix stupid either. The point of the video is to try and prevent other gardeners from employing people. Honestly, if you've got to a point where you're busy, just stick to what you're comfortable with. Don't employ anyone. It's not worth it. Look, for whatever reason, if it doesn't work out and you have to let them go, you just don't need the drama. You don't need the hassle. Honestly, stick to being solo. Work hard for yourself. You know, you've worked hard to build this up. Don't let someone else come in and ruin it for you. Wrapping it up here. If you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please do. If you can relate to anything I've spoke about today, or you've been through similar where you've had to let someone go and it's just been really, really crap and awkward, so get your stories in below, because I want to hear what you guys have been through or what you've got to say. Looking forward to speaking to you guys. I'll see you on the next one. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. Peace out.